the hell? So I can't play that one? Oh, what a little bitch. Anyways, what's up, guys? Apparently, I can't play my actual intro because, StreamYards wants to be greedy and wants me to pay money for it and all that. But, anyways, what's going on, everybody? So we are here for the podcast, and we do have Mr. McDolphin in the background. You guys just can't see him yet because as many of you know, this is my first video back since mom unfortunately passed away. So I wanted to do a little tribute video for her real quick and talk about some of my special moments with her and all of that. And then we will get into the podcast and football and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video and then we'll hop into everything else. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure before I begin this too much that you guys can see this. Dad, you can see the video, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let me bring this back in here. Now let me start this from the beginning. Okay, well, that can stop sharing. There we are. Okay, well, I somehow did not cry through that whole thing. Thank God I didn't. I'm pretty sure if I don't cry now, I definitely will be crying later. So where do I begin? As many of you know, I've took about a 2.5, 3 month break. Me and Dad there for a hot minute was doing the podcast almost every single day. And then we stopped doing it, and we were going to actually go live for the draft, and then we were going to restart the podcast right after the draft. Well, unfortunately, a week before the draft on April 13th, I received a call from my uncle that he found my mother in her room dead. So had to go deal with all that and then all that stuff. And it's been one of the most hardest things I've ever had to deal with my entire life. It definitely changes you losing someone that close. I definitely have been trying to become a new person, and like you have to change the OU and become a new person. And I don't know Um, it's just been really hard losing someone that close because while yes, it was my mom and she brought me into this world. She was also like a best friend to me. She was the one every time something, you know, would be pissing me off or um, like I was just having a bad day or whatnot. Um, she was that person that I could run to, and now I can't. And she, she loved these two boys right here more than anything. So, yeah, it's been really hard, and it's especially hard when your 5-year-old every day asks you where Nana is, and like I don't know how you explain that to a 5-year-old. So, but life has sucked to say the least, and this right here, what you're seeing in the flesh, is the reason why I took about a 3-month break because this is all I've been doing is crying, crying, crying. I have my better days, but some days it sucks ass more than others. Um, but yeah, and for anyone that's just joined and asking why the fuck is he just randomly crying, it's because we're doing a tribute for my mom. Unfortunately, she passed away on the 13th of April. Um, but yeah, I just, it's been really tough on me because the boys loved her so much. She loved the boys. She was like my best friend. I could turn to her for anything. I could talk to her about anything. Um, God, she would take the boys anywheres. One of the last biggest trips that me and the boys went on with her was to the orchard. And she went on that with us. And I don't know, man. I just miss her so much. Um, so anyways, rest in peace, mama. Save me a seat up there where you are. And I guess we'll bring dad in, see if he wants to say a little something, and then we'll get on with this podcast because I've been on this for almost 10 minutes now and I am done with the waterworks. What's up, Dad?
Up? Hey, yeah, I don't have too much to say. Just Brendan, I'm really proud of you. I know it's been really hard. I've tried to be there for you, and I'm just really proud of you and your sister. And I'm proud of the dad you're becoming. And I could see how this has impacted your life and it's changed your life. But I mean, the real thing is those pictures, man. I was in a couple of those pictures rocking some cool Dolphins gear, dude.
Yeah.
Like you see that Miami starter jacket I had when with that picture when we were at Ravens Run? That was
Yeah.
pimp, man. That
Yeah.
was pimp, dude. But I looked way. That was a long time ago. I was way younger back
Yeah.
then. I look
Yeah.
old now. But yeah, football's back. That's
So,
good, right?
yeah. Yeah. Definitely excited about the football season. So, um, I guess,
Rookies reported today,
yep. Yep.
at least
Yep.
in Miami and some other
So
places.
we're gonna switch gears over to football. That was just a little trivia video that I wanted to do
You
for
did a good
mom,
job. It's a
and I
great
thought
video.
everybody would enjoy that. Um, but I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a segment called the news. We're gonna keep you guys updated on all the news going on around the NFL, and then we are going to be something that we're doing this season that we didn't do last season is we're going to be breaking each team down division by division, conference by conference, and we're going to be talking about each team within that conference and who we think is going to win that division and all that. I think me and Dad decided on that we're going to start with the NFC, and I think we're going to start with the NFC North tonight. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, but before we get into any of that, um, let's go ahead and get into some of the news. So, Dad, we thought when we were talking on the phone earlier this morning, we thought we only had two things to bust in on the news, and then inbounded two more things. And the biggest one that I want to start with, actually, it's not the biggest one, but it's a really good signing. The Chiefs, as you know, franchise tag Trey Smith. I think there was plenty of us, me, you, all of us, that need offensive linemen. Was hoping that Trey Smith would hit the market, so
Next
we would
year.
have a shot at him.
Right.
And he unfortunately didn't. And then the Chiefs gave an even bigger fuck you to all of us by re-signing him to a 4-year, $94 million contract. Let me see how much is fully guaranteed. 70 million of that 94 million is fully guaranteed. It seems like Patrick Mahomes was definitely excited about it because at 1:58 p.m. today on Twitter, he posted a smiley face. So it
Yeah.
seems like he's definitely excited
Very
about
happy.
that.
Happy guy.
Smith had uh 67 starts since he got drafted in 2021. I'm not sure how many sacks or anything that he had, Dad, if you have any that written down about him.
No, I sure don't. Because
Uh,
that was one that we added to after I did my notes.
yeah.
We could look it up though, but yeah.
Uh, Hang
So
on. You know what? While you talk about it, I'm going to look it up.
I don't really have too much to say. They franchise tagged him. I figured they were going to get a deal done with him. That's what good teams do is they keep their players.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They get that done. They don't. We're going to talk about another team that struggles with getting their best players. New contract extensions and things like that. Yeah, I was guessing this was going to happen. I never thought he would play under the tag and then hit the market next year, or I don't even know if they could tag him again. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it. So, good for them. That's awesome. But sucks, like you said, for everybody else.
Yeah, honestly, it really does. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to find how many sats he had. Okay. Obviously, I can't find that, but anyways, just understand that Trey Smith is one of the better offensive tackles in the league. Um, Many of us liked him. We wanted him in the offseason, and he got
Trey Smith is
franchise
awesome.
tagged, and then, huh?
Nothing. You can keep talking.
Uh, he got franchise tagged, and then they signed him to this contract. So good being on Kansas City there. They're protecting Patrick Mahomes, which is not even arguably, but is the best quarterback in the league.
Right.
On to the next one. This one also just recently busted through our news segment, as we said here, Dad. The New York Jets signed Sauce Gardner to a 4-year, $120.4 million extension. 85.6% of that is fully guaranteed. Dad, I'll let you start off with this one, and then I will give my opinion on Sauce Gardner getting signed to a no contract.
Right. Cool. Yeah. I mean, he's the Trey Smith. I just looked it up. He allowed 0 sacks from being a guard in the offensive line. He's allowed 0 sacks. So.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. So really cool. Well, this one added. I was guessing this was going to happen because Garrett Wilson. Are we just going to tie both of them together?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Because
so if we're tying both of them together, then hang on, let me read
Garrett Wilson got signed for a 4-year, $130 million extension.
So right down. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I figured that was going to happen because they won offense and defensive rookie of the years. They're by far their best. Like Garrett Wilson is by far the best wide receiver on the Jets team. They need to lock in their guy going forward. So it's smart to go ahead and get it done. They don't really have hardly anybody else. Josh Reynolds and Allen Lazard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so he's kind of really all they got. So they do got a couple good tight ends.
Okay, just making sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. My mic got messed up there for a minute.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, last year he had just a little over 1,000 yards, like 1,104 yards.
Who did?
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson
averaged 11 yards per reception, though. That's pretty good.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
And that was with Aaron Rodgers. So we'll see. I mean, they got a quarterback. I don't know how you feel about that. I guess when we talk about the AFC East, we will be talking about that. But yeah, and Sauce Gardner, kind of the same way. He's the best defensive back. They have to lock him in. You know, they drafted him. He was really good from the get-go. You know, defensive rookie of the year, and lock him in. Lock him in. That's what you do. You don't draft great players, keep them, and then let them go to the market. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're a good team, you don't do that. So you draft, develop, and become. These are two should be pillars for the Jets moving forward. And that's what they did. They blocked them both in. So good for the Jets.
Well, first of all, I got to say that I love the signing of CJ Gardner Johnson, aka Sauce. I love, or not CJ Gardner Johnson. What the hell am I talking about? Sauce Gardner. I love the signing of him. Sorry, I was thinking about a whole new player there. But anyways, I love the signing of Sauce Gardner there. Like you said, Dad, since he's come into the league, he has been a shutdown corner. And Sauce Gardner doesn't even need any safety help over there. He's almost as fast as almost every wide receiver in the league. He very rarely gets outbeat. He can shut down almost any wide receiver. If you look at his stats versus wide receivers, I'm guessing it's a pretty good one because Sauce Gardner is definitely a shutdown corner. And he's been a really good player since the Jets drafted him. So this was definitely well-deserved for Sauce Gardner. And yeah, he's just going to continue being a shutdown cornerback for them. And then The one about Garrett Wilson, it's well deserved. I'm very happy for Garrett Wilson. Um, especially after what he had to go through either last year or the year before when Aaron Rodgers was there, and then they brung over Devontae Adams. I think when we were talking about it, Dad liked that move that Devontae Adams was there. But
Just for the record, I did like that move.
yeah,
And Garrett Wilson, as much as he whined and bitched, he still got over 1,000 yards. So,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
more than Tyreek Hill. So
Yeah. But it did the one thing that I thought it was going to do. It stunted his growth, and Garrett Wilson wasn't as productive as he normally is with the Jets, with Devontae Adams being there. So I definitely liked that they got rid of Devontae Adams because now Garrett Wilson gets to be that true number one wide receiver again, which he's very good at, and he obviously likes to be. So yeah, I think kudos to the Jets on getting both of those signings done.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
keeping them for the long term. All right. Now we are on to a really weird topic. It breaks NFL history, but the Texans signed their rookie wide receiver, Jaden Higgins, I think is his name.
out of Louisiana or Iowa State.
Yeah, out of
Where he went to
Iowa
college.
State.
Yep.
To a fully guaranteed $11.4 million contract. Now, it's not very much. It's for 4 years, $11.4 million. But what set it as a NFL history milestone, Dad, is that we have never seen a second round pick get fully guaranteed.
Right. Exactly.
Something
And-
that the Bengals can't seem to do, but we got that coming up.
Exactly. And the snowball of that for everything that's come from that is the Browns. There's only 2 second-round draft picks that are signed to their contract. And the second one is for the Browns linebacker Carson Swissinger. I think that's how you say his name. His contract's fully guaranteed. So 30 out of 32 teams have not signed their second round draft pick, including the Miami Dolphins, including the Patriots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's really weird because, I mean, why?
And the 2 teams that has signed are both fully guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly. They're the only 2 have signed. Check this out.
Okay,
They're the only 2. The Browns
and
the Texans are the only ones that signed their second round draft pick for fully guaranteed contracts. So there's 30
I'm
other
telling
teams.
you right now, these second round players are loving
There's
this
more
'cause
layers to this, though, Brandon. There's more layers to this. The Browns and the Texans both had 2 draft picks in the second round. They haven't. Neither one of them signed the other guy either, because they won full later on in the second round. They both had multiple draft picks in the second round. Like the Texans, you can kind of justify why the Texans did it, because the Texans didn't have a first round draft pick.
Yeah.
So they didn't have any fully guaranteed contract coming out of the draft. You know what I'm saying? Like first round draft picks are normally guaranteed contracts. Second round draft picks aren't. That's normally how it goes. And they didn't have a first round draft pick. The Texans didn't. Yeah. So it kind of made sense. You know, they were like, hey, we had 2. This is our really high. You know, we picked this guy really high. What was he like? He was like the 3rd pick.
He was the
34. So the second
34th.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was picked 34. So the second pick in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
So he's damn near a first round draft pick anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I can kind of see why the Texans did it, but they've opened up a can of worms and you know, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Listen. Okay. Hear me out on this one. Okay. So the Texans, I'm agreeing with you on Jaden Higgins. I understand why they did it. You know, they didn't have a first round pick. That's cool. Jaden Higgins gets signed to a fully guaranteed contract. And then you had the Browns that stepping in and they're like, oh, well, we paid $230 $1 million fully guaranteed to some dude that's only good when he gets his Peter Whacker whacked off at the massage parlor.
Oh my God! I
Fully
just realized
guaranteed
these are
our
the same
second
two teams
round pick.
these are the same two teams that did that deal. He came
Yeah, I
from the
know.
Texans to the
Yeah.
Browns.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Bill Cosby Jr.
Oh,
came
yeah.
from the Texans to the Browns.
Bill Cosby Jr. outside over now.
What the hell? These are the two. Well, I mean, I guess the next franchise we're getting ready to talk about, they're just as
Hey,
dumb, but
listen, okay? The
These are-
Texans
gonna be fun.
aren't as stupid as the Browns, all right? It just seems like
The Texans the ones that started all this, though. They're the ones that signed their second-round draft pick to a fully guaranteed contract
but I mean,
and
Jaden
done something
Higgins,
that
you
has never been done in the
understand it.
NFL. And now every agent is wanting their second-round draft pick to be fucking fully guaranteed contracts. And I don't know how it's going to play out. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I mean, we have the Dolphins have Jonah Savainea. Jonah Savainea. I've been working on that.
No, you got to sign him to a fully guaranteed contract just because
No,
of his
no,
last
you
just
don't.
because
No,
just
you
because
don't.
of his last name. Just because of his last name.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, I would if it was my money. I wouldn't care. I would say, hey, if you're in the first 10 picks, if you're what is it? So like 42, the 42 top people get guaranteed contracts. I would be okay with that. I don't know what's going to come of it. I think it's kind of funny because it's all about players getting more money, which me, I'm a players fan, not the owners fan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love the owner. I wish he was a little bit smarter. I wish I had a little bit better ran franchise. I wish he would hire a better GM as a Dolphins fan. But I'm for the players getting all the money. You know what I'm saying? I want them to get all the money, especially when they're young. Jaden Higgins don't know what he's going to do. He could go out there, something happen, and his career's over. You know what I'm saying? In week 4 this year, you don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, the way the Texans wide receivers get hurt, that's very possible to happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the bad luck they have in that wide receiver room. So it's good. It's good. I'm just
but then
interested to see how it plays out. I'm just interested.
He could go out there and be Tank Dale Jr. and then we all 32 teams or all 31 teams is put on notice because we already know how Tank Dale is just by himself. Right. And then we add Jaden Higgins on there, and the Texans all of a sudden got a 1-2 little punch going on over there.
Yeah, and he gets his bag, so that's good.
So,
I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's fully guaranteed, and for him, it's a lot of money, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
And the Swissinger kid, the Browns, cool, whatever. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's just going to be a battle. Where, like right now, there's a battle going on between agents and general managers, 30 of them all over the league. You know what I'm saying? And really 32 because they're trying to see. I mean, the Browns has another second round draft pick, and so does the Texans. So they're like, hey, you paid the first one fully guaranteed. You gonna pay the second one too?
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. It's a crazy thing. I think it's interesting, but I'm not too mad at the Titans for doing it. I can kind of see why they did it and why they thought it would be okay. I mean, the Texans, my fault.
Okay.
Them T words. The Texans, I'm not too mad at them because I kind of understand why they did it. Like I said, I've already explained that. Not going to explain it again.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny. And I mean, like all the rookies for Miami and other teams, they're all reporting this week. Like Miami's reporting today. The rookies are reporting today for training camp. I mean, it's time to get up and get going. By the end of this week, by Saturday, everybody's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all over the NFL, all players are. So I don't want these rookies to be missing a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? So, like with Miami, their second round draft pick, Jonah, he's a offensive guard. He needs to get in there and start gelling with those guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he needs all the time spent with them that he can get. So I kind of want him to just wrap the shit up and let's go.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got one more segment of the news to talk about. And I say this for last dad because not only is it the most stupidest fucking thing that we're going to talk about in the news so far, but it's also probably going to be the longest one that we talk about.
Not for me. Not for me. Because for me, it's one question. That's it. It really is.
Yeah.
Is will the Bengals pay? That's really the only question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's dumb. It's yeah. You don't want me.
Well, if you guys
Go
are
ahead.
wondering what Dad's talking about, why haven't the Bengals paid Trey Hendrickson yet? I mean, come on, man. This guy was the sack leader last year. Dad is right. He has had a mediocre career. But for I want to say the last 3 or 4 years, he's been in at least the top 3 of sacks. Last year, he led the league in sacks. This man is like you have to double team him, or he's getting to your quarterback nonstop. I mean, I don't get it. If you had the sack leader and a dude that's been in the top 3 of stats the last 3 or 4 years, why have you not paid this guy yet, Dad? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. And according
and you are correct. The last 2 years, he's been in Cincinnati 4 years.
Yeah.
And in his 4 years, so since 2021, and he had 14 sacks, then 8 sacks, but he got hurt in 2022. He didn't play in all the games. He only played in 15 games, so he missed a couple games. So he had 14, 8, 17 and a half, and 17 and a half.
Yep.
23 and 24. So he has played really good. Before that, you know, like he got hurt in 2019. He was in New Orleans, had 2 sacks, got hurt in 2018, 0 sacks. He wasn't hurt in 2019, but only had 4.5 sacks. But then that's where he started to turn it on and got 13 and a half. Came to Cincinnati, got 14. The only down year in Cincinnati was 2022, where he only had 8, but it's because he missed multiple games.
Right. In the last 2 years, he's led the league in sacks just damn well near it with 17 and a half sacks. So with a man with those stats, why have you not paid him what he wants yet? Like, I think from what I was hearing, Dad, is the Bengals have it set right now on the table that they're willing to give him like 20 to 24 million a year. And he's like, no, fuck off with that shit. I've had 14 stats my first year here, and the last 2 seasons, 17 and a half stats. So he's not willing to do that. And from everything I've heard, Trey Hendrickson is willing to ride this out. He said that if he does not have a new contract, he's going to set out the season. So whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that's what he said. And
so what's your opinion? What do you think should happen? What do you think should
happen? I say pay the man.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't, get rid of his ass and some other team like my team, your team, any other 30 teams out there or 31 teams out there, we will willingly, happily send you a trade for him and take him off your hands because Trey Hendrickson is a really good defensive lineman. So,
yeah. What do you think will happen? Like
I think
something's going to happen here pretty soon. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think they're going to trade him?
I think eventually.
Do you think he's just going to hold out, or what?
I don't think the trade's a possibility. I don't think it's going to happen. I think one of the sides is going to eventually budge. It's either going to be him or it's going to be Cincinnati, and they're going to end up getting a deal done. Now, will that deal happen at the beginning of the season? Before the beginning of the season? I don't know. It could take to the middle of the season, but I think eventually one of them is going to have to budge. And more than likely, unfortunately, as sad as it is, it's probably going to be Trey Hendrickson that budges because, like you were saying when we were on the phone earlier, the longer he misses, the more he's getting taken out of his paychecks. It's going to start getting up into the millions.
He's going to start getting fined for not showing up. Everything starting on the 22nd is mandatory. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Okay. I think they should pay the man. I think they will pay the man, is what I'm saying. They might negotiate. He might come down a little bit. But we're not done with the Bengals because we have a whole nother topic. Let me read this. This came out from Pro Football. It's the Pro Football Debate. They put out, it says Cincinnati's first round draft pick, Shamar Stewart, has reportedly left Cincinnati and returned to practice with his former college Texas A&M team. In this report, it is reported that Stewart would be able to request a waiver from the NCAA to participate in the 2025 season with Texas A&M, and then become eligible for the 2026 NFL draft. So this dysfunctional team is not only dragging out contract extension talks with their best defensive player, they're also struggling with contract situation with their first round draft pick, which is probably going to end up being their second best defensive player, because we need to remember this is not a talented defense. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's a shitty ass defense.
Hold on. Time out.
Lou Amarillo. How do you say his name? The defensive coordinator, Lou.
Lou Amarillo or something like that.
Like that. They shipped him off. He became the scapegoat. He's a great fucking defensive coach. They just gave him shit fucking players.
Well, time out real quick.
Yep.
To prove that, go look at Joe Burrow's stats. He almost had 5,000 yards last season, and they missed the playoffs. That had nothing to do with the offense. That was 100% on the defense. And then whoever the fuck their stupid ass GM is just like, oh, our defense was the cause of why we're missed the playoffs. Okay, just let me let go of one of my defensive linemen. We're not going to sign our best defensive lineman, and then we're just not going to sign our number one overall draft, number one first round draft pick either. And we're just going to let him go back to college. It's like, bro, what the fuck are you thinking over there? Like, you missed the playoffs because of your defense. You would have thought that you would have brung in some defensive players and got a deal already done with Trey Henderson. Like, I don't get what's going on over there.
He led the freaking NFL in sacks last year.
Right.
17.5, by the way.
Right. So
and he's had 17.5 for 2 years straight.
Right.
He's had 17.5 for 2 years straight.
Mm-hmm. So I don't understand what the fuck is going on over there in Cincinnati. Like, do they need to fire their GM?
I think I know what it is. Let me know if you think I'm off kilt, whatever. Yeah. I think they're allergic to good defensive players. They're allergic to them. So when they come around, they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? What do you think?
And then when
no good defensive players are allowed in Cincinnati.
And then when they do have good defensive players, they're bum ass little bitches like what's his face, Burfitt, that used to fucking be a little bitch and lay people out and shit.
And he retired. Hey, man, Cincinnati's had some great defenses. They really have, man. It's the damn leadership, the organization, the ownership is just it's ridiculous. They're known as a cheap team anyway, the cheapest team in the NFL. They have that
which makes no sense to me because I can understand because you're from Ohio, but you have two teams in Ohio. And how the fuck are the Browns out here whipping more money than
owner out of all of them? I mean, the dude's a billionaire, but he's the poorest out of all of them. They are their owners. So whatever. My thing is, if you have a reputation to be the cheap team, and of course we're dragging out everybody, all the rookies are reporting today. Everybody's going to be reporting this week for training camp, and you're still struggling with the two contracts of your best two defensive players, one of them your first round draft pick, and you're really fighting him over this little bitty ass thing.
And he's over there practicing with A&M instead of practicing with you.
Yeah. And my thing is this. Here's my thing as far as all of that's concerned. I don't know like the exact details, but I do know that Shamir Stewart, is getting the raw end of the deal. What Cincinnati is trying to do
for sure.
is they're adding something to the contract, and I'm not for sure exactly what it is, but at for some reason, something maybe due to injury or something like that, it won't be fully guaranteed or something. It's some kind of something like that, is from what I've read. And the problem is
From
he's
what
not only
I've
standing up
read-
for himself, he's standing
Yeah.
up for first round draft picks in the future. Because if he allows Cincinnati to put that in his contract, then that's going to open the door, and other teams are going to start putting it in their contract for the future first round draft picks.
Well,
And
see,
so good for
from
him
what
standing
I
up.
read,
Yeah, good for him. I'm on Team Stewart. Let him go back to college.
well, see, my thing is this, Dad, is I didn't even read that. I didn't even read that they were trying to, if he gets injured, they're trying
It's
to
something really small that
undo it.
stops it from
I
being
read-
fully guaranteed.
I read that they're literally trying to remove like 3 or 4 different things that should be like guaranteed on his contract. They're
Right.
trying to remove out, and they're like, yeah, you get this half, and we're just gonna sweep these 3 things over to the side and sweep it onto the rug, and you're not gonna notice.
I guess
right?
we could do some research and come
Like-
back to it, but we're just, I mean, all this stuff is getting ready to happen. The results of these things are getting ready to happen. That's why we're talking about them. So
Right.
pretty
Yeah.
cool. All right,
So-
man. We need to sweep through this shitty ass division.
All right. Well, that
NFC
was
North.
the news of the day. So we are on to
The
the
week.
NFC North. Yeah, of the week, actually. So we are on to the NFC North. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about what new additions these teams have brought, what we think about them, how we think they're going to do this season, and who we think is going to win the NFC North. That I will.
Yeah, the way
let
let me tell you real quick how I did mine, Brandon, because I needed to do mine a certain way to get my brain, because it's the way my brain looks at and researches and stuff like that. I took the good things that's happened to them, what I think is good that's happened in the offseason, what I think is bad in the offseason, and I looked at all 4 of them, and I took which one had the worst things happen to them, and then those are the ones, and that's how I came to it. So I got good and bad for each.
Okay.
But I definitely have a clear winner. How are we going to do that? Because I definitely have the funny thing about the North is the NFC North is there are 3 pretty damn good teams coming out of the North. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, three really good teams coming out of the North. So, how do you want to?
I guess start from your lowest and work up to your best.
Okay, cool. So start with the crap and work our way up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm guessing we think Chicago will come 4th in the division.
Whoa, that's actually shocking.
Do you think that's true?
No.
You don't? Okay, so you talk about Chicago, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. I think Chicago is going to come 4th in this division, and the reason why, we'll talk about the good. The best thing that's happened to them in the offseason is by far Ben Johnson. You know what I'm saying? By far Ben Johnson. And the reason for that is Ben Johnson is a great OC.
Well, no, they went out and got offensive linemen and shit, and that's what they needed. They needed to go get
it doesn't matter.
Offensive lineman help.
It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter because, and there's a reason why Ben Johnson is so important. But even the best thing to happen to you, in my opinion, is still a risk because Ben Johnson has never been a head coach before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one of the good thing is they got Ben Johnson. The other good thing is, in my opinion, they got a pretty good defense. The bad thing, and the reason why they're in 4th, and the reason why the offensive line, to me, does not help them at all, is because I don't believe in Caleb Williams.
I don't either.
I watched this boy play a year in the NFL, and what he does is the second that things get a little bit tight, he curls around, runs,
he made
and
retarded fucking decisions.
No, he he plays like playground football. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's what it's like. Okay, all of the whole structure, the whole play is out the window. He got a little bit of pressure, so he got scared. He ran out, and now he's just. And guess what? That worked in college for Caleb. You know what I'm saying? He was badass
Yeah.
in college by doing that. You know what I'm saying? The scrambler, he could run it. He could, find somebody open, throw it. It's like he plays on a playground. He found out last year that doesn't work in the NFL. It's not going to
No.
work in the NFL. The kid didn't have a bad season. 3,541 yards, 20 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. But the playground ball material, that's the reason to me why Ben Johnson is the best thing to happen to this, because Ben Johnson has to coach that out of him. If Ben Johnson can coach that out of him, and have him become a run first team. You know what I'm saying? They got a good running game. They got a good defense. They're going to be like I'm guessing they're going to be something like the Bears, because that's what the Bears do, is run the ball, play really good defense, and take your shots when you're called on as a quarterback. And if Ben Johnson could get him to stop doing that dumb stuff, you know what I'm saying, then I think the team is going to be good. But if your biggest problem that I have for you is your quarterback, then I can't put you any higher than third or fourth. I'm sorry. And that's the problem that I have with Chicago.
All right, am I going with my lowest team?
Or you could do your Chicago, and then we'll go to the next one. I'll let you pick the next one, which can be your lowest team.
I got Chicago coming in third in the division.
They're coming in third.
Yeah, I got them coming in third because I like even though you're right, I don't believe in Caleb Williams. I do think that what they did this offseason was really good. I like the addition of Ben Johnson. Okay, do you need me to start all the way the hell over?
No, go ahead. I got you.
No, I was just saying that even though you were right about not having faith in Caleb Williams, I don't have any faith in him either. But I do like the addition of Ben Johnson. And like you said, if he can coach that all out of him, that would be great. But the reason why they're third for me is because I like the additions that they made. I like the offensive lineman that they brought in to help protect Caleb Williams, so maybe he doesn't have to scramble out of the pocket as much. I like the defensive additions that they brung over. They already have really good wide receivers.
Do they?
They do.
Do they? I mean,
they have DJ Moore and they have Roma Dunze.
Okay.
Which is your 1 and 2 punch there. And
okay, and DJ Moore did not get 1,000 yards last year.
Right, because Caleb Williams didn't.
That's my whole point. I don't give a shit that you got a great running back and a great wide receiver. You don't have a quarterback that can lead the fucking offense. So you're great. Guess what happens? Your great wide receiver doesn't get 1,000 yards because you suck. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, I hope you're right. I hope Ben Johnson can come and like spark him, because I love DJ Moore. And who's their running backs? Who's their running back? Swift or somebody? DJ Moore.
Swift, yeah,
it's Swift. Yeah, Swift had 959 yards, so he did okay.
Came close to 1,000. Yeah,
and DJ Moore had 966 yards. So. No, neither one. They didn't have a running back that ran for 1,000 yards, and they didn't have a wide receiver that had receptions for 1,000 yards.
But the major reason why I have Chicago in third is because Caleb Williams only had to run because his offensive line was ass. They rebuilt the whole offensive line this offseason. So maybe he's not going to have to run as much, and maybe Caleb Williams gets better under Ben Johnson.
Okay.
I don't know. Well,
no, hey, it's Chi-Town, baby. I hope you're right. You know what I'm saying? My problem is I think it's deeply ingrained in him. He did it all through college, and he was extremely successful at college with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So who is your number 4? This is going good.
This one is gonna shock you,
Yep.
but I got Minnesota at 4.
Okay. I got
I got
Minnesota at 3.
okay. Yeah,
So go ahead. Why do you have Minnesota at 4?
I got Minnesota at 4 because they're the one team out of the whole division that didn't do shit in the offseason. They didn't add anyone. They didn't really let anyone go either. They didn't let anyone slip, but they didn't add anyone. And I'm really, really worried about them not adding at least a backup quarterback because, yeah, we don't
They
know
got
what we're.
Sam Howell. Is that correct?
Yeah, but how good is Howell? He
Yeah,
was
I mean,
ass.
yeah.
He was
He might be
ass for
better than JJ
Washington.
McCarthy. You don't know. You ain't never seen JJ McCarthy play.
Listen.
That's a mission.
If Sam Howell is better than JJ McCarthy, JJ McCarthy doesn't need to be on that damn team because Sam Howell is ass. He was ass for Washington.
Yeah,
He's gonna
he's a
be
good
ass
backup.
for Minnesota.
He's
I
definitely not. Washington gave him a shot. Yeah, I see what you're
got
saying.
faith.
So you're
Are
you scared that JJ McCarthy? Are you scared of JJ McCarthy?
Yes.
That's your problem.
Yeah, because JJ himself is the best wide receiver in the league. I think we all agree on that.
Yes.
What's his face? What's their other wide receiver's name?
Addison.
I can't remember.
Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison. He's really good too.
Yep.
But my only thing is okay. This the two reasons why I have them at 4th, Dad. Because I'm really worried about JJ McCarthy, and you didn't add a backup a backup quarterback. So, like, let's say that JJ McCarthy does turn out to be really good, right? Because none of us know how good he is. We haven't seen him play yet. So let's say that he turns out really good. What if he does something like he did last year and injures himself again and he's out for season again? Who are you going to turn to him to? Sam Howell? He's not going to do shit. He's not going to lead JJ to be good. He's not going to get the ball to Jordan Addison. Yep. So, like, you didn't add anything. You didn't get a backup wide receiver. And I'm really worried about is JJ McCarthy, is he good? And if he is he going to be able to stay healthy?
Yep. Okay.
So.
All right, cool. I respect that. For the bad, and by the way, Minnesota, I had them swapped. So we just me and you had them swapped. I have them 3rd. For the same reason that I think the bad thing that happened to them in the offseason is they lost Sam Darnold. That sounds kind of funny, but Sam Darnold had 4,319 yards, 35 fucking touchdowns, and only 12 interceptions. The dude balled out.
But Sam Darnold is another. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling it right now, and we're nowhere even near the week 1. I'm calling it right now. Sam Howell is another Daniel Jones. He's gonna have a shit fucking season this year for Seattle.
Sam Darnold?
Yes, he's gonna be ass for Seattle.
Okay. All right, cool.
Especially because now they don't have any wide receivers because Tyler Lockett retired and you traded DK Metcalf.
Right. We will talk about them here pretty soon because, when we cover the NFC West. But, yeah, my problem. So to me, that was the worst thing that happened to them. But really the bad thing is that you have to rely on JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy, your 1st-round draft pick, you took him 10th overall in the 2024 draft.
Which again,
he got hurt and didn't play his rookie year. And in his 2nd year, he has to be the guy. He has to be the guy, or Minnesota's going to suck. Here are the 2 reasons why so now we got.
But Dad, hold on, time out, real quick. Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Would you believe in a guy that tore his ACL and was out all last year? Would you be believing in this guy to be your leader for this season?
I believe in O'Connell. I believe in their coach. I believe here's the reason why I got them over Chicago. I believe Minnesota has better coaching because, you kind of don't know that because Ben Johnson's never been a head coach. But, but we're talking about coach of the year. You know what I'm saying? Coach.
Yeah.
And so they got him in coaching. I think they're kind of equal up in the air, question marks on both of their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota has a better defense. Chicago's defense is good. Minnesota's defense is top fucking 5. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota's got a mean ass defense. And Minnesota, here's the main reason that cuts them over. Aaron Jones, he got 1,000 yards rushing last year. Justin Jefferson, he got over 1,000 yards. Jordan Addison got over 1,000 yards. They had 3 guys, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, all over 1,000 yards. So
my thing is, if JJ can come out and play the way that we're all expecting him to play,
they're going to run the ball.
Minnesota's
going to run first with Aaron
really
Jones.
Good.
Yep, they're going to run first with Aaron Jones, play really good defense, and try and scare everybody, move all the defenses up because Aaron Jones is going to run over you, and then try to get the ball down there. You're right.
Why would you be?
By the way, they also got TJ Hawkinson, which is one of my favorite.
But hold on now. This is my question. Why would you be a run first team?
Because that's when you have
when you have
Did
the
you
best.
ever see Michigan play? The dude don't know how to throw the ball, dude. He don't know how to throw the ball.
Hold on though. This is my question though. Why would you be a run first team with the best wide receiver in the damn league on your team? JJ's gonna be pissed off. He's gonna go over to Kevin O'Connell and be like,
"No,
hold on now. What the fuck is going on here? I need the ball here."
The run game is going to open up the passing game for him, is what I think.
Yeah,
that's what they're gonna have to do. I mean, that's what I've seen when I seen him in college. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and he had a great coach in Michigan, and so that's if they're smart. I think, and they got Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, he's still a bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's what they're gonna do. Just play really good defense, run the ball a lot, and hope JJ McCarthy doesn't ruin the fucking season for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's basically what they're gonna do. I do not project them to be as good as last year. I do have them 3rd in the division.
Okay, listen, you got to hear me out here, okay?
Yep. We got to go.
This is the last thing I'm saying about Minnesota.
Okay.
I don't think JJ is going to ruin it by throwing. I think it gets ruined by him getting hurt and them having to turn the keys over to Sam Howell, because I think JJ, especially with having Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison on your wide receivers, you can't be asked at throwing the ball. So I don't think he sucks by throwing. I think if it does get ruined, like he was talking about, it's going to be by injury and he's going to get injured again.
Okay.
Which is a very high possibility because he's coming off a torn Achilles and you never know how that torn
21
Achilles.
years old.
Yeah, but you never know how that torn Achilles affects until you actually get tackled on that leg.
Okay. What if he gets hurt? They call Atlanta, say, "Hey, can your backup quarterback come back to Minnesota?"
Dude, if Kurt
they go to the Super Bowl.
if Kurt comes over to Minnesota, I think Minnesota wins that division easily. I really do.
Yeah, easily.
Honestly.
Easily. I think so. Easily. Pretty cool. Okay, so up next, so we got 3. We're done with 3 and 4, we're working backwards. So we got 4, we got 3. I'm up. It's my turn to pick. I'm picking my 2, and in second place, I have the Detroit Lions.
Dad,
yes,
you gotta be kidding me, bro.
Yes, so I got them coming in second place. I do have them making the playoffs, though. I think they will make the playoffs. Here's the reason why. They lost their offensive coordinator and Ben Johnson. They lost their defensive coordinator and Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
Okay. That's crushing. That's crushing to any team. We even seen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We even seen the Eagles when they got stripped. They lost. Oh, dude went to Arizona. Oh, dude went to Indianapolis. They sucked that year, and then
yeah. But
listen, that's not the big thing.
But the one thing,
I'm still going on why
between those two was when that happened with Philly, they lost players. Detroit didn't. Detroit didn't lose any players.
Detroit lost their anchor at offensive line. Frank Ragnow retired.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I'm talking about they didn't lose
We're
anybody
talking
to
about
free
like top
agency.
3 centers. We're talking about like
Yeah.
Jason Kelsey and Frank
Mm-hmm.
Ragnar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
he's that good, and
Yeah.
he anchors that offensive line. And
Yeah.
they're gonna have some second string, third string dude come in and try to play center because they didn't draft a center. You know what I'm saying? They did draft a guard, and maybe they could switch him over. They don't have. I think that kills them. I think that kills the offensive line. I think that's going to put a lot more pressure on their
They
quarterback.
didn't get a center in free agency.
No, they didn't bring anybody in. They got a 10-year veteran. I can't remember his name. I read about him earlier today when I was doing my research and stuff, but really nothing. I mean, they're going to shift some people around. I don't think their offensive line is going to be one thing about Detroit that makes Detroit because
Yeah.
they are a punch you in the fucking mouth run first football team is their awesome offensive line. I think they lost the anchor to that, and they're not going to be as good this year. The offensive line ain't, and I think the offense is going to kind of fall apart because of that. And you're like, because of one guy, yes, Ragnar was that fucking good, or Ragnar.
Yeah, but
He's that fucking good.
Jamar Gibbs doesn't need that offensive line. He's a punch you in the mouth, run you over type of running back.
We'll see. And I mean, like, what offense are they going to run? You know, they have to kind of stay with Ben Johnson's. I mean, that's kind of the only thing that's going to work for them. You know what I'm saying? They did hire internally. The guy they brought up, was already there. And
all right, Dad.
Your quarterback's
hear me
not
out.
good enough. It's not good enough. Your quarterback needs an awesome offensive line. You know what I'm saying? In golf. Okay, so that's the reason why I don't have them winning the division. One thing I do, the best thing that I think happened. There's a lot of good. I love Detroit's defense. I love Detroit's defense. I think what happened to them last year is they were riddled with injuries on their defense, and they were barely getting by. You know what I'm saying? But if everybody's healthy on Dallas or on Detroit's defense, they're badass, dude. You know what I'm saying? They're top 10 defense. And I love their first round draft pick, defensive lineman Tariq Williams out of Ohio State. Is really good. You got a backup for DJ Reader. So yeah, I think you got a really good player coming off the bench in case those injuries happen again. And you really hope that Williams can replace Reader down the road. So that's really good. I really like their draft pick. I thought it was really smart and they've tried to build that defense back up depth wise, because if all their starters are healthy, they're badass. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think it is going to be really tight between them and Green Bay. I think it will be tight, but I think losing both coordinators and then when Frank retired, dude, I was like, oh my God, their offensive line is going to fall apart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm a big believer in Dan Campbell. I love Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell could do it. If he's got the right guys in place at OC and DC, it'd be good. But as of right now, I think they're going to come. I don't think they're going to win the division again. Detroit, you're up.
Am I going with Detroit or am I going with my second team?
No, just stick with Detroit, and then we'll do Green Bay.
Okay, I have Detroit winning the league.
Why?
Winning the division, I should say.
Okay, why?
These two teams that we're talking about right here, Green Bay and Detroit, neither one of them did hardly anything in the free agency market, but they didn't really need to. You know what I'm saying? I understand that Detroit ended up losing Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. Yeah, that does take a really big toll. Hear me out here. You got to hear me out here, Dad. I think Dan Campbell is going to be 90% defensive coordinator. Like, I think that he's going to be the one making the calls in for the defense this season.
He's a special teams coach originally is what he is, but he's done a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he would be a really
he worked for
good
Sean Payton. He can do anything.
The defensive coordinator. No, I'm pretty sure he got the defensive coordinator, but to get him used to the books, he's probably going to be making the calls. I definitely agree with you on that. They are going to have to continue running Ben Johnston's scheme there, because that's the only one I think that's going to work for golf.
Hmm.
Um, but then again, I understand where you're coming about Ragnoff retiring,
Hmm.
but they might move one of the guys that they have to play center.
Yeah.
And even if the offensive line isn't as good as it was, Jamar Gibbs isn't a pussy running back. He's a shorter version of Derrick Henry and the bus. Like, he will straight truck you over and put you on your ass. That's why most of the time it takes 3 or 4 guys to bring Jamar Gibbs down. So I don't know. I think with them not doing too much, not losing too much, they did lose their coordinators, but I think they're gonna overcome that, especially with Dan Campbell there. I have the Lions winning that division. I think golf is gonna have a pretty good season too.
Cool.
Um, so
Cool. 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 Sounds good. All right. So you got Green Bay coming in second in the division.
I do.
You're up, Green Bay.
I got Green Bay coming in second in the division, and I mean, really, it's like you said, it's going to be nose hairs between these two teams in that division. I could really say that Green Bay was going to win it and Detroit's going to lose it. I think it's going to be nose hair, neck and neck between these two teams. Again, Green Bay didn't really do anything in the offseason. They didn't really need to do anything in the offseason. They have all that they need.
Right.
That I do now. The reason why I do have Detroit over Green Bay is because I like Detroit's wide receiver core better than I do Green Bay's core. But then again, I do like Jordan Love better than I do Jared Goff.
Right.
So I mean, it's really neck and neck. I mean, the reason why I have Green Bay in second right now is because of the wide receiver core, but it really could come down to anyone. Especially if what's his face? What is his name? The dude with all the tattoos for Green Bay. I forget
What?
his name now.
Who?
The wide receiver, number 9. Christian Wilkins or
Watson.
Watson.
Christian
Yeah.
Watson.
Yeah. I think if he can
Yeah,
stay
they got
healthy,
Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson,
and Christian Watson's by far their
and
number
Wicks.
1. Who?
Wicks. No. I'll go ahead and tell you why Green Bay is going to win this division because
Okay.
it's because of their wide receiver core that I think they're going to win the division.
How did they have a better wide receiver core than
Nah, I love
Detroit?
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Don't get me wrong. Jair Alexander, the exit of cornerback Jair Alexander. That's the worst thing that happened to Green Bay in the offseason.
And that was a pretty big hit too, because
that's a pretty big hit.
He's
off the Ravens to go win that AFC division. But we'll talk about that when we get to the AFC. It leaves Valentine and Nixon as they were both just as like last year and the year before. Nixon and Valentine were both second string, so they must be okay with them. I know they really like them, but now they're going to be starting, so you better hope you like them. But that defense is really good, anyways. The front 7 of that defense is really good. And
but is their defense better than Detroit's?
No. I think Detroit and the 2 best defenses in this division by far is Minnesota and Detroit. Minnesota and Detroit at all full healthy, are both top 5 defenses in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think Green Bay's defense is really good. They're a really good defense, maybe top 10. But they are going to take a hit in cornerback. But I think the best thing that happened, see, you look at it as a bad thing, and I looked at it as a good thing. I literally wrote here, the best thing that happened to Green Bay in the offseason is there was no major changes to the offense. That's the best thing to happen to them is they didn't get stripped away.
No, I didn't
I got
think
Matthew
of it
Golden.
as a bad thing. I said that Detroit and Green Bay both didn't do anything in the offseason, and they didn't. Neither one of them really needed to do anything. They both have really good teams already going in as is.
Right. And here's the thing. I think of course the best thing that happened is Matthew Golden, wide receiver from Texas, first round. They took him in the first round, 23rd overall. I
forgot about him. He could be a really good wide
Matthew
receiver
Golden.
for them.
In my opinion, he's going to be a number one. You know what? I think he will be.
So you think he's going to take Christian Watson over for the number one?
I don't think they have a number one. That's my whole point. I think that's why. I think they know they don't have a number one either, and that's why they got Matthew Golden in the first round. All I do know is for my prediction to come true, and this is what I got written down for my prediction to come true, and for Green Bay to win this division, either Golden, Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, or Wicks. One of those dudes need to stand up and become the wide receiver one. Somebody needs to step up. You know what? Yeah. Somebody needs to get 1,000-yard season. You know what I'm saying?
And that right there,
I think it's going to be
what you Golden, just said, Dad, is the reason why I have Detroit winning the league or winning that division.
But I think they're going to. I like Jaden Reed. I think.
So you think one of them is going to step up higher than Amon-Ra St. Brown?
No, unless Matthew Golden. I've already seen all the other guys play multiple years in the NFL, and none of them are as good as St. Brown. Matthew Golden has the potential to be, maybe. You know what I'm saying? He has the potential to be. We haven't seen him play yet. We have to wait and see. He did go in the first round for a reason, so I know they've seen him. But the wide receivers are kind of cool. But by the way, Green Bay also has Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave, which are two good tight ends.
Yeah, really.
They got two really good tight ends, a really good blocking tight end, a really good receiving tight end. So I think they're set. They're just strong across the board. The consistency. They didn't lose any of their coaching staff. Great coaching once again, just like I think all three of these teams in the division, Minnesota, Detroit, and Green Bay, all have great coaching. I think Chicago's trying to get into that with Ben Johnson, but he's a rookie, so we don't know. That's why I got Green Bay over them just a little bit because they lost the coordinators. There you go. We're done.
I think you're agreeing with me, though. It's really going to be neck and neck. And
it is. I think it could be a three-team race if J.J. McCarthy plays lights out. I just don't, because I think J.J. McCarthy has the best. He's the one with the best supporting cast.
Let me say this.
So
if the two quarterbacks that we talked about at the very beginning of this division can stand out and do something, like if Ben Johnson can make if he can make him a really good really good quarterback, something that we haven't seen yet, and JJ McCarthy turns out to be who we thought he was going to be coming out of Michigan, we might have a dead-ass 4-run race going down the NFC North this season because with all quarterbacks going, the defenses are good enough to just stand up and do what they need to do, and we could have a race to the end for the NFC North. But
it's definitely going to be a good division. I could very easily see 2 teams go to the playoffs in this division. It's one of the better divisions in the NFC, as you will see over the next few weeks as we look at the rest of the NFC. So what are we doing next week, NFC South?
Okay, hold on.
East or West?
Real quick, before we leave, before we say who we're doing next week, I want to quote Ben Johnson, Dad, on some famous phrases that he came out with at the offseason this year about Dan Campbell. He entered, to refresh your memory here, Dad, he entered the head coaching job for Chicago. Why? Because he wants to kick Dan Campbell's ass 2 times a year.
Exactly. That's pretty awesome.
Don't forget that he said that this
Pretty awesome.
offseason. So
Chi-town, baby.
we'll see what he does.
Yeah, it'll be good.
So
It'll be pretty cool.
yeah, I think we're gonna do the NFC South next
Okay.
week.
South next week.
Yep.
There we go. Tuesdays, guys, we're planning on Tuesdays.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna do Tuesdays 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And they won't always go this long. They'll normally be about an hour, but we did have the stuff, the memorial and stuff at the beginning of this. But we're looking at right at about an hour.
Yeah, an hour and
a half an hour news, a half an hour for the division.
Yeah.
Probably be. Because news will start picking up because training camp's going on now.
Yeah.
Guys are going to start getting hurt. We're going to have injuries, and then we're going to be moving into
God. Dad, listen, I'm not looking forward to that, all right? You already know when one person gets injured, it becomes a chain reaction, and and then before the season, and you know this, Dad, being a Dolphins fan and watching football as long as we have, you know, when the injuries start coming, you're like, oh God, who got injured? Oh, not a great player. Oh, well, I feel bad for him, but please don't let one of my best players get injured. Like, you're just sitting there praying.
Believe me, I know it was
that none of your good players get injured.
Right.
But,
yeah.
So.
It happens and it sucks. Injuries definitely happen. But I'm excited. Football is back. People are showing up for training camp. Let's fucking go, and let's hope Cincinnati can get some defensive players to show up.
Yeah, because dude, that is ridiculous that Joe Burrow had.
Ridiculous.
That is ridiculous that Joey B led the league in yardage last year. He had almost 5,000 yards and numerous of touchdowns and couldn't make the playoffs because of his shitty ass defense.
Hey man, you need to get your intro fixed by next week, or I'm not coming on here. I need.
It's not my fault.
I need an intro.
I have to pay for that shit.
Get you an intro. All right, man. I'm out. I'll see you.
All right,
everybody.
We're out of here, guys. Peace.